The sun had barely crested the horizon when the HOA enforcers pulled into my driveway, their boots grinding gravel like they owned it. No badges, just black gloves, clipped tones, and the smug look of people convinced they'd already won. No knock, no call, just three of them. One with a tablet, another with a clipboard, and all with a mission: to take the home I'd poured my soul into. Across the street stood Marissa Tate, the HOA's self-appointed queen, phone in hand, filming every second. Her oversized sunglasses and bargain bin scarf screamed, "Suburban tyrant." She wasn't there for security, she was there for power. Me, I was sanding the porch railing, palms filled with sawdust, when they dropped it on me. My house was now a threat to community standards because of an old permit. A permit I'd filed twice, once to a clerk who had ketchup staining his tie. That house, I constructed it myself from the foundation to the roof, drove every nail myself, cut every beam to entomb secrets of a war I barely escaped. And now they were going to eliminate it, like it counted for nothing. I'm Ethan Caldwell, former Marine. I'm not easily intimidated. But when Clipboard Guy began reciting Zoning Directive 9.2 and used the phrase immediate reclamation, I felt the cold creep into my blood. "You mean my house?" I said, as steady as I was able. He glanced at a box as if filling it in somehow made it official. And then Marissa's voice, sharp, practiced. "Rules don't break for sad stories, Mr. Caldwell." The other two began edging off, one eyeing my fence, the other tapping on his tablet. That look in their eyes, I knew it from somewhere. Baghdad, 2004. Before all hell broke loose, I didn't scream, didn't lose it. Just walked over to the garage, yanked a tarp off a crate I hadn't handled in years. Under canvas was a hacked M67 grenade, pin still in place, a specter from a life I'd attempted to escape. I cradled it as though it were alive, then went back to the porch. Clipboard Guy made eye contact with my hand, and I swear his knees folded slightly. "You don't want this," he stuttered. "Oh, I do," I said, low voice. Marissa shrieked, "This is assault!" "Arrest him." But I stood firm, grenade held just high enough. "You want my house? Come take it." They stood frozen. The air was heavy, like the moment before a storm breaks. Then the screeching tires, Sarah, my wife, driving up, arms laden with groceries. She noticed them. Noticed me. Noticed the grenade. "Ethan, what the hell?" She sounded broken, not with fear, but worse. Betrayal. Marissa leaped into action. "Perhaps you can reason with your crazy husband." That was all. I pulled the pin. The metallic sound cut through the stillness. I rolled the grenade onto the lawn, watched it roll to a stop. Still, the enforcers dispersed. Sarah let the groceries go. Marissa shrieked like she'd glimpsed a specter. Me? I just sat on the porch step, pin in my hand, and let the air escape from my lungs. The grenade didn't explode, but all else did. Sirens wailed in the distance. Clipboard Guy struggled with his radio, grumbling about an unstable civilian. Sarah stood, paralyzed, her eyes fixed on the grenade as if it contained our destiny. Marissa continued to film, ranting about terrorism. I didn't budge. I hadn't pulled the prank to cause harm to anyone, just to prove I wouldn't be run over. The police came quick, lights flashing, guns in holsters, but not out. Good thinking. "Sir, don't move," one yelled. I slowly raised my hands. "Inert," I told him. "It's a statement." They weren't having it. One police officer picked up the grenade as if it would bite him. The other cuffed me, zip ties digging into my wrists. Sarah breathed, "You said you were past this." I couldn't look at her. If I did, I'd break. The holding cell was a beige box, fluorescent lights humming like they were laughing at me. I sat on a plastic bench, counting floor tiles, 22 across, 15 down, 2 cracked. They called it containment review. Translation: they didn't know what to do with me. I didn't regret the grenade. I regretted Sarah having to see it. That house wasn't wood and nails. It was evidence I could construct something that did not bleed. Marissa, with clipboard and camera, believed she could erase all of that. I continued researching tiles when heels tapped outside the door. Then it creaked open. In came Claire and Gwen, my attorney, intelligent eyes, tan blazer. No nonsense. "You're Ethan Caldwell," she said. It wasn't a question. I nodded. "You're the lawyer?" "Only if you talk yourself into jail," she retorted. Sarah had phoned her, told me I needed someone who didn't blink. Claire explained. Marissa wasn't simply attempting to evict me. She was operating a scam via a shell trust. MTH Properties. Her initials on everything. She'd been bullying people out. Vets, retirees, single mothers, bogus violations, lowball buyouts, and then reselling the houses for profit. My house, slated to be co-aided. Sarah was gone. There was a note on the counter. "Don't make me choose between the man I love and the one they arrested." I folded it, put it in my pocket, then drove to the hardware store, needing the sawdust stench to keep me level. That's when I saw it. Black SUV, tinted glass, flapping brake light. Two guys trailed in behind me. Tactical boots, no brands. Not shopping, stalking. I took them to an abandoned baseball field. Parked, waited. They emerged. One large and slow-moving, the other lean and twitchy. "You Ethan Caldwell?" the large one asked. I didn't reply. He produced a drone shot of my home. "Drop the complaint," he said, "or next time we don't talk." He swung. I ducked. Elbowed him hard. Lean guy slammed me, split my lip. I dropped him with a knee to the ribs. Big guy tried again. I dropped him too. As their SUV sped away, he gasped, "This ain't about your house." "She wants what's under it." I stormed into Claire's office, blood on my shirt, and dropped a manila envelope. Trail cam shots, tire prints, dash cam footage of the SUV. "She wants something under my land," I said. Claire didn't blink. Then Marcus burst in, thumb drive clutched in his hand. City records, fake votes, zoning logs. MTH was Marissa through and through. "She even charged the HOA to construct it," Claire said. "Not greedy only, dirty." The HOA meeting was a setup, but I walked in wired. Marcus stuck a mic under my shirt. "Don't wing it," he cautioned. Room was filled. Retirees, neighbors, nosy strangers. Marissa swept in, smiling like it was a fundraiser gala. She droned on about mailbox colors and trash cans. Then she faced me. "A safety issue," she said. "Non-compliant property." I held up my hand. "What makes a house dangerous?" She blinked. "Code issues, volatile behavior." I leaned in close. "Or is it the MTH Trust, the one with your initials? Purchasing homes you tamper with?" Gasps. Stunned silence. Marcus played the recording. Her voice. "Caldwell's unstable. Push hard, he'll break." Claire moved forward. "Fraud, harassment, forgery." Marissa's face went white. "Meeting adjourned," she croaked. Nobody budged. Next morning, her house was vacant. No flag, no camera, nothing but quiet. But she wasn't done. Lawsuits buzzed around. Defamation, harassment, restraining orders. She wept on local websites, called me a troubled vet. Mediation was a sideshow. She sat there, clipboard as a shield, volunteering to name the wellness center in my honor. "To honor your service," she said. I laughed, bitter and dry. "You don't honor. You erase." That evening, my truck was egged. A note that was stuck under the wiper. "Your war is over. Stop fighting." But Claire didn't stop digging. It turned out demolition plans for my home were approved 6 months prior to when my permit was put on hold. The hearing arrived. Her attorney depicted her as a saint. Me? A ticking time bomb. Claire tore them apart. Emails, surveillance records, forged signatures. I testified, shaking hands. "I'm not perfect," I said, "but that house? That house is my promise to remain whole." Marissa didn't come because I was threatening. She came because I wouldn't bow. The room changed. Marissa sagged. Verdict came fast. Charges dismissed. Marissa suspended. Her scheme revealed. Her house was for sale by Friday. Sarah returned home. Bags of groceries clutched in her hands. I relaxed. "You didn't flee," I said. She grasped my hand. "You didn't either." I began constructing the shed. Marcus drilling alongside me. Claire came over, smirked. "Name it," I gestured. "Justice." I didn't win with the grenade. I won because I stood, because I built,